Hello everyone, welcome to Complete Angular Tutorial Series. Hope you are all having a very great time. Now coming to this series, in the last video we covered a lot of things like setting up development environment for Angular, why we use Node.js, NPM and Angular CLI. We also discussed about module loader and its purpose. The module loader we are going to use is Webpack, and we have seen creating a new project and discussed about files generated when a project is created, and also few commands in Angular CLI we generally use throughout this course. In this video, we are going to know about architecture of Angular with building blocks and execution flow of Angular. Architecture of Angular. Angular's architecture is built with its building blocks. What is a building block? If we take a construction of a building, we use concrete, cement, etc. Those are the major things we use for constructing a building. We cannot construct a building without them. Similarly, Angular have some building blocks. Angular application should build using those building blocks. The main building blocks of Angular are modules, components, services, directives, pipes, and so on. The highest building block of Angular is module. An Angular application is a collection of many individual modules, and each module represents a feature in application. As we saw in our previous video, online library application may have two features, namely maintaining data of books and billing of customers. So Angular application is a collection of many individual modules. On creation of an Angular application, every app has at least one module by default, which is the root module known as app module. As we see in our application which was created in previous video, we just created application, but we have done nothing so far. We have not created any module or component here. So by default, we have app module created for us by Angular itself. It is the root module for our application. Module wraps other building blocks of Angular such as components, services, etc. into one. In our application, we have app module and we have one component called app component. This app component is included in app module. So anything we create in our application, let's say components, services, pipes or directives, we should include them in module if we want to use them in our application. We cannot use them in our application if we don't include them in any of the module. Generally, we get an error if we have any independent building blocks other than the module which are not included in module. In this slide, we have app module as outer layer and app component, data service, text pipe and move directive are enclosed in app module. Angular modules are just lines of code which can be imported and exported. If we have more than one module, we can communicate among the modules by importing and exporting one another. Now coming to another building block, component. Component is a portion of view in the browser and it controls that view. For suppose, we have a component for header and one for sidebar and one for main content. Component is the combination of template, class and metadata. Metadata is nothing but information about the component. A component can be reusable everywhere or anytime in our application. Every Angular application has at least one component by default, which is the root component known as app component, and all other components will be nested inside this root component. Each component have its own functionality, nothing but JavaScript file, class file, HTML and CSS for view, and service for maintaining business logic. And now coming to services. A module can also have services, which is basically a class that contains the business logic for our application. If there is some logic, code or data which is to be used by more than one component, then that logic, code or data is written in service. Services are used to maintain data, centralize some business logic and common code. We will have a deeper session on services on how to create and use service in later session. In addition to components, there are some other building blocks like directives and pipes which we'll discuss in later sessions. By this understanding, we can say that an Angular application contains one or more modules. Each module contains one or more components and services. Each component contains HTML template and a class to control the logic for that view. A module contains services which contains business logic of the application. Modules interact with each other by importing and exporting and eventually render the view in the browser. Now it's time to know about metadata and decorators in Angular. Everything in Angular is a class. TypeScript file we see here, app component.ts file with extension ts, nothing but TypeScript which is a class. And if we see now app module, it is also a class. So how can we declare a TypeScript class to be a component or otherwise a module? How can we differentiate between a module and a component? For this, we use metadata. Metadata provides additional information about the class in Angular. Angular uses this information to process the class and defines the class to be either module or component. The metadata is defined with a decorator. So what is the decorator? Decorators are TypeScript features that enhances the TypeScript classes by allowing us to tell Angular that a particular class is a component or a module. Decorators are always having @send before them. If we observe in our app component, we have @component. So we can say that to make an Angular class to be a component, we use @component decorator. And these decorators are available in @Angular core library. We need to import component decorator from Angular core library in our class, and we use it here. Similarly, if we observe app module, how can we find decorator which makes this class as module? We know that decorators are prefixed with @symbol. So search for @symbol in this file. To search anything in this file, just press Ctrl along with F. Remember, Ctrl with F. Then search bar will open on top. So enter the text you want here. If you want to go to the next matching text, then click F3 or enter. If you want to go to previous matching text, then click shift with F3. So here this is not the decorator, as we know that it is the import statement. Our decorator is here @ng module. This decorator makes a class as a module. @ng module decorator is also imported from @Angular code library. And few rules we need to remember while writing a decorator are: a class becomes a component when component decorator is used. Similarly, a class becomes a module when ng module decorator is used. A decorator is always prefixed with @symbol. The decorator must be positioned immediately before the class definition. We see in app component decorator is written before the class definition, and same for the app module too. Basic Angular decorators are class, property, method, and parameter decorators. Class decorators are @ng module and @component decorators we have discussed just now. Property decorators for properties inside the classes, @input and @output. Method decorators for methods inside the classes, @hostListener. Parameter decorators for parameters inside the class constructors, @inject. As far as now, we know about class decorators which make Angular classes as components or modules. We will discuss about remaining decorators in ongoing videos. The whole point of a decorator is to store metadata about a class, method, property, or parameter. We can also build our own custom decorators, and we will create one in later session. So in this video, we have seen building blocks of Angular, architecture of Angular, and also covered metadata and decorators. That's really awesome. In the next video, we will know about the execution flow of Angular and bootstrapping in Angular. Thanks for watching.